Some places don't feel dangerous when you're there, but something about them stays with you, quietly, and it doesn't show up immediately. It waits until you're alone on a dark highway, miles away from where it started. Welcome back. On this channel, we share real experiences that come through viewers and listeners, passed along through friends, family members, or personal accounts. We don't change what people believe happened. We just retell it as it was described. If you've experienced something you can't explain, you can send it to truehorrorfiles@gmail.com. New stories go live every Friday and Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Now this one starts completely normal. Before we continue, tonight's story comes from a friend of mine, passed down from someone close to the person who experienced it. Some names and most locations have been changed or left vague for privacy, but a few locations, like Salem, I-95, and Connecticut, are kept as originally mentioned. This is just how it was told. So, let's get into the story. This happened in 2018. At the time, he was living alone. His parents were overseas. One evening, he drove out to meet a friend in Massachusetts. They met in the Boston area. Just a casual hangout. From there, they decided to drive out towards Salem. No real reason, just something to do. They walked around, explored, talked for a while. Nothing unusual happened. Later, they grabbed dinner, stayed out a bit longer, and eventually called it a night. He dropped his friend off and started driving back alone, heading toward New York City. Everything still felt normal by the time he got on the highway. It was past midnight. He was driving alone through Connecticut on I-95. This wasn't new to him. He'd taken this route many times before, but that night felt different. Not empty, just unusually quiet. At one point, he felt something he couldn't explain, like the car didn't feel like a barrier anymore. He checked the rearview mirror. For a second, he thought he saw something in the back seat, a shape, unclear. But when he looked again, it was gone. Just empty seats. He brushed it off and kept driving. By now, he was deeper into Connecticut, around 2 a.m., still on I-95. And this part matters. This wasn't unfamiliar. He'd driven this route at night many times, so he knew what normal felt like. Even that late, there's usually traffic, but that night felt reduced, not empty, just off. Up ahead, he noticed something, a darker shape in the distance. As he got closer, he slowed down. It looked like a woman, standing off in the service lane, not moving, not reacting, just standing there. He didn't stop. He slowed down and passed her. She didn't react at all. And in the mirror, nothing behind him. He made it back to the city safely. At first, he brushed it off. Just a strange moment on the road. But over the next few days, small things started happening. Sounds in empty rooms, subtle movement, doors not the way he remembered leaving them. He tried to explain it. Fatigue, stress, old building noises, but it kept happening. Mostly at night. So we started leaving the lights on. Silence. Started feeling uncomfortable. One night, around 1 a.m., he heard knocking on the window. But he lived several floors up. No balcony. No access. The knock came again. Same spot. He didn't move. Just stayed still. A few nights later, it happened again. This time, on his bedroom door. He recorded it, briefly, and in that moment, the door shifted slightly inward, not fully opening, just enough to see it move. Then it stopped. After that, footsteps, slow, moving toward the kitchen, then something shifting inside. At that point, he stopped trying to explain it, stayed in one room, and waited. By now, it had been almost a week, 6, maybe 7 days, and he couldn't deal with it alone anymore. So he called his parents and told them everything. They came back within 2 days. At first, they didn't fully believe him. They thought it was stress, exhaustion. They tried to calm him down. But that same night, they experienced it too. The knocking, the sounds, the same presence. All of them, and that changed everything. Instead of looking for a normal explanation, they reached out to someone from their religious circle. Whatever was done wasn't explained. But after that, everything stopped. No more sounds, no more movement, just silence. But even after everything settled, one question stayed with him. If his parents hadn't come back, would anyone have believed him? Or would it all have been dismissed? He doesn't claim to know what it was, only that it didn't feel like it started in that apartment. So let me ask you, what do you think this was? Something psychological, or something that followed him from that road? Let me know in the comments. And if you've experienced something similar, you can send your story to truehorrorfileset@gmail.com, because sometimes what stays with people the longest isn't what happened that night. It's what follows after. I'll see you in the next one.